long time no see. It's been about a month since I've uploaded anything. I've been in a major slump for the past month. I've not wanted to read anything. It's not to do with the book that I'm currently reading, which is Her Radiant Curse. It's not to do with that. I've tried picking up, I think at last count it was 23 other books on my TBR shelves to try and get me out of this slump, and nothing has worked. I've not even watched booktube videos, I've tried reading sprints, I tried everything I could think of. I've even gone back and tried to read books from last year that I loved, and still nothing's got me out of this slump. So yeah. But the main reason I want to start reading today, which is the 24th of March, is because in my reading journal I accidentally coloured in today instead of the 24th of Feb, when I would start, like how much I'd read that day. And yeah, so I just want to make that book be right. And I want to get back into the reading jojo. So there is a week left of March. And I'm still on 6 books read for the year out of my goal of 60, which I'm not bothered about hitting. I'm not. Yeah. But I have a week to read at least 1.5 books, like finish this and then start and finish another book this week. What is going to help me with this? Well, it is Easter holidays now at work, which means I am not running around like a headless chicken like I have been for the past month. But I am in work for 2.5 days next week, and then I am off for a week and a half. So I'm hoping with me having time off, I will just want to read. Is the hope. Let's see if that happens. But yeah, so as you can probably guess, the plan is for today to finish Her Radiant Curse, because I think the amount of pages I have left in this, it's about 200. Yeah, it's just under 200. Will get me majority of the way through the colour I've coloured in for today, which I think relates to 225 to 300 pages read. So I want to get as close to 225 as I can. So yeah, to get as close to 225 as possible, the aim is to finish this and then at least hopefully start another book. I don't know what book that would be, if I'm being honest, just because, like I said, I've tried to read about 22 of them and had no urge to continue read any of them. So yeah, even when there are some highly anticipated books on my TBR, I started March really well. I actually had a TBR video filmed, and then the slump hit, and I was like, I'm not publishing that. I'm not doing a wrap up for February and January. Yeah. So let's just say my wrap ups this year might be 3-month ones, but we'll move. So yeah, finish this and then start something else today. And then the aim is just to finish that book for the remainder of this week. If I read anything extra, great. I do have a sneaky suspicion, with me having so much time off, if my mojo comes back enough, I might do a 24-hour reading vlog, but who knows? Or even if it's this week, let's say, just do the 24 hours within this vlog. But let's see how it goes. So yeah, it is about 9:20 some today. But I'm gonna stop bothering because I'm currently at just over 7 minutes filmed. Obviously I will cut that down. But I'm gonna go restart this and then get ready for D&D, and then hopefully I will update you tonight saying I finished and I have started something else to get me to that 225. Wish me luck. Hello, Sunday evening. I actually finished Her Radiant Curse just before D&D this morning, but couldn't update you because I finished it with 6 minutes until my bus came. But I already had my bag packed and I had my shoes on, and all I needed to do was chuck on a coat, so yeah. 4 stars. I rated it 4 stars. the the last 208 pages flew by. Shouldn't admit it, read 208 pages in 50 minutes. I am pretty sure I skipped about 50 pages. I didn't, but that's how I felt when I finished it. And actually, when I came back and I was like, did I read that? And yeah, I did. A very quick read once we got through the setup for the second half of the book. Definitely. And see, normally I'd say, oh, well, I saw this coming, I didn't see this coming. But because this was a prequel of a duology that I've already read, of course I knew the ending. How we got there, a little bit surprising, a little bit not surprising. Definitely gives us more of the backstory of a character in the duology, obviously. And the little, like, last chapter with the mention of the characters we love in the duology. And yeah, obviously the nitty-gritty saw coming of some of it, like some of the things that hadn't been mentioned in the duology that happened in here. Yeah. 4 stars. There was nothing wrong with this book. And you may be thinking, Michelle, why are you not giving it 5 stars? I have to feel a 5-star book, if that makes sense. Like, I have to be gobsmacked and, you know, hooked with the story. And if I, in my head, go to give it anything less than 5 stars, I feel really bad. I tried to give this 5 stars in my head, and straight away I thought it doesn't deserve it. Again, nothing to say that's not to say there's anything wrong with it. I just can't rate it 5 stars. But you can, I know I've read some 4-star books that are better than some 5-star books I've read. Does that mean I'm going to change my ratings? No, it just, each book is different for each person. If that makes any sense. But book 7 read, only 6 books behind for the goal. Joke. Not even thinking of the Goodreads goal probably until, I want to say December, but this is me. I'll probably get to July or even June and panic. But I am going to start another book tonight. I don't plan on finishing this tomorrow. However, I'm going to show you the book and the author, and if you've watched my channel for a few years, you know that this is an author by author and I swim through her books. Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Yeah, this is Romeo and Juliet meets werewolves and vampires. And the little quote from Ruby Dixon says, Hazelwood unleashes her sparkling voice and wit on a paranormal Romeo and Juliet. I'm not gonna lie, I pre-ordered this before the synopsis was announced, when all I heard was paranormal Romeo and Juliet. And Ali Hazelwood. And then I read it was a vampire and a werewolf getting together, and then my little Twilight teen head, I was like, how does that work? But then I remembered the series with Kate Beckinsale, Underworld, where you kind of have a werewolf and a vampire get together, and let's just say teen Michelle, who was just turned 13, shouldn't have watched them films, but she didn't care. Yeah. So let me read a synopsis before I blather anymore. Yeah. Misery Lark, the only daughter of the most powerful vampire councilman of the Southwest, is an outcast. Again, her days of living in anonymity among the humans are over. She has been called upon to uphold an historic peacekeeping alliance between the vampires and their mortal enemies, the Wares, and sees little choice but to surrender herself in the exchange. Again, Wares are ruthless and unpredictable, and their alpha, Lo Morland, is no exception. He rules his pack with absolute authority, but not without justice. And unlike the Vampire Council, not without feeling. It's clear from the way that he tracks Misery's every movement that he doesn't trust her. If only he knew how right he was. Because Misery has her own reasons to agree to this marriage of convenience. Reasons that have nothing to do with politics or alliances, and everything to do with the only thing she's ever cared about. And she's willing to do whatever it takes to get back what's hers, even if it means a life alone in Were territory, alone with the wolf. So reading that, I'm guessing she was in a marriage of convenience before, she got out of it, and yeah. In my head, that's what I read. That's what I think anyway when I read that. So like I said, not planning on finishing it tomorrow, which means I'm not planning on finishing it tonight. If I read, well, it's 396 pages. If I read anything between, like anything below 100 pages tonight, I'll be happy, let's say. And then I can read 100 tomorrow, 100 Tuesday, and 100 Wednesday. But let's see how I get on. Will I update you tonight? Possibly, depends how tired I am, because I'm not tired at the moment. But this is me. I can start reading and suddenly feel like I'm about to fall asleep in a second. So yeah, so I will update you hopefully tonight, but more than likely tomorrow. But let's see. Hi, it's not Monday evening. It's Thursday the 28th of March. In the evening, it's about 25 to 11. And I'm only a quarter of the way through Bride. I didn't start it Sunday, I didn't start it Monday, I started it tonight. Obviously I said my plan, well, my idea was to do a 24-hour reading thing today. Didn't happen, ended up going shopping instead. But yeah, so that's gonna probably happen another day. But 28% through, what am I thinking? I don't know. I don't know what I think at this moment. Like, we've met Misery and Lo, we've had the marriage. If you don't know what Bride's all about, you have Misery, who's a vampire, and Lo, who is a wolf, and they enter a marriage of convenience to stop a potential war between the Weres and the vampires. But Misery has another reason to enter this marriage, and there is a whole other side story going on. And we've met a lot of his pack, well, his like main group. We seem to know who the important people in her life are as well, and we're at the start of this relationship. It is very obvious. Slight spoilers. It is very obvious to me that she is his fated mate, despite the fact he's acting like, well, she thinks he's acting like he absolutely hates her, but I'm reading it going, no, that's someone who can't stay away from your love. There's a reason he's acting that way. And not all his wares actually hate her. Some of them, it seems, kind of want to be friends with her. But I have a feeling one or two of them may be the bad guys. But that's all I have for now. Obviously, normally when I update, I do give a rating. Ali has been a 4 to 5 star rated off for me. It's a 3 at this moment in time. Yeah. But let's see what happens. The plan is tomorrow to finish this book and start another one, because this will be book 8 of the year. And I want to reach 10 by the end of March. So let's see. But if I don't start another book tomorrow, I better just finish this. Happy Charlotte. But I'm going to go because I'm really tired, as you can probably tell by the cuts. And there's the book. So yeah, I will update you tomorrow when I finish. Hello, 8:15, Good Friday evening. Just finished Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I don't know whether I'm giving it a 3 star or a 4 star. As I said in my update, 25%, I had an idea of two of the wares, like one or two of them maybe on the bad guy side, I was right. The big bad didn't end up being the big bad that we were kind of led to be believed. It was a big bad who was already a big bad. So I'm not gonna lie, when that came out at the end, I was like, okay, doesn't surprise me. The revelation of the two characters, the two characters I will say, did surprise me. And then I thought, why would it surprise me? Because I was going to be happy ending, and that happening kind of had to lead to the happy ending. Yeah. And then you get the epilogue and that last paragraph, and I'm like, of course, of frigging course. So yeah, it wasn't badly written. It wasn't. I always enjoy Ali's writing. I think for me, I saw too much of it coming, which is why I don't know whether to give it a 3 or 4 stars. I am leaning more towards 4, but there's just something stopping me giving it that 4. But I'll probably put it as 4 on Goodreads and then just change my rating if needed. So yeah, I think that's book 8 of the year done. As you can tell by the cuts, I am absolutely shattered, so keep yawning. So I'm gonna go watch a video, don't ask me what of, and then get myself ready for bed. If I can sleep through the puppy above me. Yeah. So yeah. So I will start another book this weekend. Will I finish it tomorrow? Probably not. I do have plans for tomorrow. The reason I struggled finishing Bride so early today was because I ended up having plans again. And then came back to things and then realised, oh wait, it's 5 o'clock. Not actually read anything today. He said, I'm not going to pick up another book tonight. I'm absolutely shattered, as you can probably tell by all the cuts. However, there is a lovely little puppy upstairs who is howling and squealing. Normally does it, so doesn't mean normally does it, so it doesn't mean I can't go to sleep now. It just means I normally wait until puppy's asleep. So I'm gonna probably go watch a video, and then eventually get ready for bed. So yeah, I will finish another book this weekend. Just no idea. It'll be tomorrow or Sunday to D&D. Hello, it is Saturday afternoon. I have decided which book I'm going to read for this weekend. It is my pick for the March prompt for Buzzwordthon, and that prompt is to read a book with a character's name in the title. Now, when I read this prompt, I knew exactly which author and which book I was going to pick, because if you've watched me the past couple of years, there is an author who writes historical fiction, and her titles are the character names. So that book is Atalanta by Jennifer Saint. This is the lovely cover. But before I read your synopsis, I need to show you the end papers, because I adore these end papers. I think they would look amazing as wallpaper, which sounds really weird. But how stunning are they? And also, can I just say, I love the naked spine as well, because it matches the cover. So yeah, Atalanta. Let me read your synopsis, because I've never heard of this person. And I'm not saying I'm a great Greek history nerd or enthusiast, but through Jennifer's works I am. And then I read the synopsis and I was like, oh yeah, that sounds quite intriguing. Stop blathering, Michelle. When a daughter is born to the king of Arcadia, she brings only disappointment. Abandoned on a mountainside, the defenceless infant Atalanta is left to the mercy of a passing mother bear and raised alongside the cubs under the protective eye of the goddess Artemis. Swearing that she will prove her worth alongside the famed heroes of Greece, Atalanta leaves her forest Atalanta leaves her forest to join Jason's band of Argonauts. But can she carve out her own place in the legends in a world made for men? And then as I went to put my bookmark in the book at the beginning, I like to do that. Don't ask me why. It does nothing for me. Well, it does nothing really wise. I just like to put it there. You actually get a meaning for the name Atalanta, and it actually means equal in strength, which I think is quite nice when you think of her as being the only female Argonaut. I vaguely know about the Argonauts. I'm not going to say I know 100% what that story is. But let's see. So there is 379, I want to say, pages in here. Try not to... Oh, on Goodreads, 379 pages. In the actual book, there's 354. So if I can read at least 50%, which will be about 170 pages tonight. Well, 172. No, 177, Michelle, maths. I'll be happy on it. Can probably read more than that tonight. Not going to say I'm going to finish it. If I do, wow. But yeah, and then finish what I don't read tomorrow, and then do my wrap up for January, February and March on Monday. But speaking of filming, I am going to be filming in April at TBR. It will not be up tomorrow probably, but I will film it tomorrow, just because I kind of want a small selection of books to pick from. And even though I'm kind of reading different books at the moment, like different genres, I'm going to go back to my tried and tested crime thriller books. I've got a few on my shelves that I'm currently looking at and I'm like, I so want to read you all. And also, I totally forgot that C.L. Taylor has recently released a new book. So I'm going to see if my local Waterstones has it in stock, and if they do, I'm going to pick that up tomorrow before D&D. And that will also be hopefully read in April, but won't be on my April TBR because I will film my April TBR before I go to D&D. But anyway, I'm going to stop blathering. I'm not going to say I'm going to go start this because the female Six Nations is on, the women's Six Nations I should say, and the latest match is England vs Wales, and I do quite enjoy it. Watching it, so yeah, might watch that and then might start, but I'll probably update you tonight. I'm hopefully going to say with an update of where I am. Saturday evening, quick update. I am 54% the way through Atalanta. It's a quick read, which Jennifer Saint's books normally are for me, and I'm kind of enjoying it, kind of not. I think the reason I'm not enjoying it is because our character is very, very, very naive. Well, she starts off to be, and she's told something by Artemis, and I don't think she's kind of, and I think because of her upbringing, she's not kind of got what Artemis was kind of saying. So that's going to come and bite her in the arse. Yeah, but it's nice reading more about the Argonauts and Jason's quest, because like I said, I didn't really know much about it. Know a little bit more now. So yeah, definitely will be finished tomorrow. Definitely not for D&D, but I might be able to get another few pages read before then. So yeah, I'll update you tomorrow when I have finished. Hello, it's Easter Monday, which means it's the 1st of April. And I've only just finished Atalanta by Jennifer Saint. But I am still classing this as a March read because I read most of it, well, over 50% in March, so yeah. I'm giving it 4 stars. Like I said, I knew nothing of or much about Jason and the Argonauts. I didn't even know there was a female character on Jason and the Argonauts in the story. So reading her story, it was quite refreshing going in, knowing nothing about her or this tale. I love Jennifer's work. I do. She fleshes out these female characters where, let's be honest, especially in Greek mythology, the females aren't talked about that much. Or there's a little bit and not enough, and they're not fleshed out. I really enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the different look at Artemis and Aphrodite as well. And then the little mentions of other Greek heroes in mythology, even better. I'm not giving it 5 stars because I think the character of Atalanta, she something just didn't gel 100% with me with her. Not saying there's nothing wrong with the character. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the character. For me, I just couldn't quite gel with her that much as I could with Jennifer's other works. So 4 stars. Looking forward to Jennifer's next book, which is Hera, coming out this year, and Hera, however you want to pronounce it, I would say Hera, which I'm looking forward to because I'll say it's Zeus's wife. All we know about her is she is spiteful and hates women that her husband essays. So it'll be good to see a different side of her. But that's March done, which now means I am 6 books behind schedule of my Goodreads goal. Am I gonna read potentially 11 books in April? Let's see. You will see this before you see my April TBR because I actually need to go to town in the pouring rain to pick up a book for that TBR. It's a new release. I don't care. I want to read the book. It's going on there. And I need to actually write out my TBR for April. I have a feeling I know there's going to be about 6 or 7 books on there. But I've got the rest of this week off, and I will tell you all about that in the next vlog because I'm now on 8 minutes filmed. So to say that I spent half of February and majority of March in a reading slump, 2.5 books read is good going for me. So until the next video, where I hopefully will not be in winter pyjamas, bye.